Padam dah. Oh, ikut. Allahu Akbar. Jangan pegang benda tu.
Welcome back everyone. Today I will recap a 2015 Malaysian horror film named Jengka. Before we start, it is a request to please like and comment on the video as it will help us to grow our reach. At the beginning of the movie we see Raja, who tells that in October 2009, Ace Motion Pictures producer received a video camera from somebody who calls himself Along Hafiz. The camera is said to have recordings of all the tragedies which happened in his family. We then see the footage of the camera in which Nini, who is pregnant, shows her house in which they are living for 2 years and says they are going back home tomorrow as she wants to have the baby there. Later that night, we see that Nini is checking her husband Basir's phone, but suddenly her husband comes there and she gets scared. He says he made one mistake and she doesn't trust him forever. She must learn to trust him again. He then sends her to their room, saying he is going to have a drink, and when he leaves, we see an entity behind him. The next day, on the way to Nini's house, Basir tells her that he has to get back as he has things to do. He then gets a call, but he does not pick up the call. She then begins filming him and says she wants to see the face of the innocent. She then asks him does he love her, to which he says of course and promises to do his best for her and also their child. They then reach Nini's house, where they are welcomed by Nini's sister 𝐂𝐄𝐒 and her brother Along. Later, 𝐀𝐋𝐖𝐀𝐃𝐒 checks her and tells her that her baby is looking up, so it will be hard to deliver, and usually it happens when the mom is stressed. We then see the actual recording in which Basir is teaching and explaining Along how to operate the camera. Basir then gets a call and leaves there to attend to the call. Later, Along's friend Nyan comes there and Along shows him the camera. Only then Nini comes out and Nyan starts looking at her, but then Basir comes there and Nini goes inside. Nyan tries to talk to him, but Basir ignores him and tells Along that he is going to sundry shop. We then see the original footage in which Along introduces his family and tells us that they are preparing for the feast tomorrow. Basir then comes there and asks Along why he let others hold the camera, and then he snatches it from Nyan. Later, we see Along and Nyan playing golf when Nyan says he doesn't think Basir takes good care of his wife. Along tell him not to interfere with their marriage, to which he says that after marriage to Basir, she no longer wears a headscarf as if she has forgotten her religion. Now Along gets angry hearing this and says he should not talk like this, and maybe he is still angry at Nini because she ended up marrying Basir and not him. Only then someone throws their ball back, and Nyan says that they should leave as he thinks that was not a human, but Along says he has to get other balls or Basir will be angry. Now, while Along is looking for the balls, a creature is seen keeping an eye on him. Later that night, all the relatives of Nini and the villages gather at their house for the feast. Meanwhile, Basir gets a call and we find out that he's talking to some woman who tells him that her period is late by 2 weeks. Nini comes there from behind and listens to all his talk, and as he sees her there, he starts talking about signing some documents. Nini starts yelling at him saying she heard everything, to which Basir tries to calm her down and promises that he will leave that woman, however, she slaps him. Later, she reveals everything to Along, and he asks her to repeat everything in front of the camera. She says she thought everything between Basir and Mira is over, but she caught him last night. Along then talks to Basir about it, while Nyan records them, and seeing this, Basir tries to snatch the camera from him. Along stops him from doing so, and tells him that he recorded Nini telling him how he cheated on her. Basir asks him then what would he do, to which Nyan says it is better to be a divorcee than to be his slave. Only then do they hear Nini's scream, and they run towards the plantation to find her. Nyan asks him not to go and saying he thinks she is not there, and it is better for them to go home first and gather more people. Along asks him to shut up and follows him saying his sister is in there, to which Nyan says this place is haunted. Only then do they hear her screams again and find Basir trying to talk to her. Along asks Basir not to disturb her now and let him take her home. Basir then tries to fight with Nyan, but Along stops him telling him not to make a fuss here, and they find that Nini has disappeared from there. They then all begin searching for her and hear her screams from some distance inside the plantation. Shortly after, Nini approaches them crawling and she was covered in blood. They notice that her baby is gone, and only then do they hear a baby crying. Along with Nyan goes to find the baby, and they notice a dog standing at some distance eating something. Along drives it away and gets shocked to find a placenta there, and Nyan says that the dog ate the baby. Only then do they hear a strange noise from nearby, and Nyan starts getting scared seeing someone behind him. Now before Along could understand anything, suddenly a creature haunts them. They then call Ustaz at their house and he asks them how long has she been this way. Nini's mother says since she found out that her husband is cheating. Ustaz then prays some prayers and tells them that she is possessed. These things like to possess and take over the body who are weak. He then asks the spirit who he is and why he is in her body. Ustaz's assistant asks them to get him some pepper. Meanwhile, Ustaz asks Nini to think about God, and when Ustaz recites prayer, the spirit inside her starts burning. Ustaz's assistant then holds her toe with pepper in his hand, due to which Nini begins screaming. She then suddenly gets up and throws Basir away, and Ustaz commands the spirit to get out of her body. However, they all get terrified seeing her completely possessed. Later, Along and Nayan tells Ustaz's assistant that when they found Nini, her stomach was already flat and she was soaked in blood. Ustaz's assistant asks them how's baby's condition now, to which Along tells him they did not find the baby. Nayan shows him the footage they recorded on the plantation and tells him then they saw an apparition. Only then 𝐀𝐄𝐒 calls Basir in, and they find that Nini is fine, and she asks him where is the baby. They all then go to the plantation to find the baby and reaches the place where they saw the dog eating the placenta. Basir asks Along if he is sure that the dog ate his baby, to which he says they saw a pile of meat, maybe placenta, or maybe some animal's meat. Ustaz then asks Along where he saw that apparition. He points towards the side, and Ustaz asks him to switch off the camera light. Along switches on the night mode, and Ustaz tells Basir that his baby is still alive. Only then do they hear a baby crying, and they set out to find him, leaving Along and Nayan alone. Nayan tells Along that he could still accept Nini the way she is, and he promises that he will take care of her. Only then he notices that his flashlight is off, and when they try to check it, they hear someone growling nearby, and suddenly a creature jumps there and runs away. Along then gets terrified seeing it and they run towards Ustaz, but he collides with 𝐀𝐄𝐒 and she tells them that Nini ran away into the plantation. Only then do they hear someone screams, and when they run towards that side, they find Nini standing at some distance. They approach her, and 𝐀𝐄𝐒 finds that she is saying nothing and just crying, so Along turns her away from her. She then begins growling and turns towards the camera, and then screams very loudly, causing them to get terrified and they flee from there. After a while, they return with Ustaz and Basir and tell them that they saw her right in front of that tree. Ustaz tells them to send 𝐀𝐄𝐒 home, and Along asks her to follow Nayan home. They then hear Nini's screams again, and Basir runs towards that side while Ustaz begins reading prayers. However, Along gets shocked to see that Ustaz and his assistant disappeared from there. He gets terrified and starts looking for them, and suddenly Basir comes there and asks him where is Ustaz. Basir gets frustrated and starts yelling for his wife and baby, and Along requests him not to shout, and only then do they hear some noise nearby. Enraged, Basir asks the creature to show itself, and Along warns him not to challenge it. Suddenly the lights of the camera go off, and that creature attacks Basir in the darkness. Along then switches on the night mode and finds that Basir is gone, and soon after Nayan and 𝐀𝐄𝐒 reach there. Along tell them that everybody is gone and asks them what they are doing here, to which Nayan says he can't find the way out. They then together try to get out of there, however, find Nini sitting in front of them. They all get terrified seeing her, and Along asks them to recite prayers. He then hands over the camera to Nayan, and 𝐀𝐄𝐒 and Along approach Nini, who asks them where is her baby. Along says her baby is safe, and they try to take her away from there, but only then Ustaz asks them not to touch that thing. They then get terrified seeing that it's not Nini, after which the spirit comes in a very terrible form and jumps away from there. Ustaz hands over Basir's baby to Along and asks them to go home. Along asks him to find Nini and then leaves there. Now on the way, they hear someone's growls, which frightens them, and Nayan crashes into a tree and falls, and when he gets up, he sees that Along and 𝐀𝐄𝐒 have disappeared. He starts to search for them when suddenly he gets terrified seeing Nini in front of him. She begins moving towards him asking him where is her baby. Nayan tries to run away from there and he reaches Along's house. Along tells him that everyone is at 𝐸𝐻𝐻's house and he came back to take the baby's stuff. He asks him to put the camera down and switch it off. Nayan puts the camera aside, and while he is waiting for Along comes there running and they both flee. After a while, they come back with Ustaz, and we see that Nini is there crying. Ustaz checks her and tells Along that this is Nini. Nayan asks Ustaz how did they find the baby, to which he says they got it from a jungle spirit. However, they will have to take the baby far away from here as the bad spirit is looking for him. Suddenly the light goes off, and Ustaz asks Along to take Nini to the back. The spirit then enters the house, and before it could attack them, the good spirit also comes there and fights with it, and drives it away from the house. Now later that night, when they were sleeping, someone picks up the camera and checks them before leaving the house. The thing then takes the camera to the plantation where we see Basir lying injured. Many spirits then appear from the darkness and attack him, and kill him. Nini and her baby are now both fine and healthy, and the next day, they find Basir's dead body in a pit on the plantation. Along then notices the camera lying there nearby, and he gets terrified seeing how the spirits attacked and killed Basir last night, and the movie ends here. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon never to miss new video updates. Thanks for watching.